Nick Gordon, Bobby Brown's son-in-law. And I definitely don't really want to call him that. He's the adopted brother of Bobbi Kristina, who she married and started a relationship after her mom passes away. Now, dark secrets were coming out about that. Dark secrets was coming out about that entire situation, ties to Ray J, everything. So let that sink in. Ties to Ray J, everything. Let that sink into your skin. Unfortunately, none of these people were in the right state of mind. Oh, people know. It's just that people ain't talking. You got to realize that stuff like Whitney Houston, the Bobby Brown situation, Bobbi Kristina, her daughter, she was somebody who was stricken by that. But Whitney had a bad drug problem that is like DMX. They battle the addiction for so long, and then it's a lifetime battle. It's not a quick fix. And for her, she just wanted to go in there and get fixed and get back to the industry. The industry is where the problem is. So when you go back into that life, you right back into the bad habits, bad people around, people doing different things for you. You're back into that lifestyle. And the way they adopted Nick into their household, and it was like, why is this dude doing around? They had to explain why Nick Gordon was always around Whitney. And they were like, Whitney and him had a relationship, and not Bobbi Kristina at first. It was Whitney and Nick Gordon. Yep. So you go from that to the situation of who was he to her in real life? A dealer, a junkie. And when you got someone who's a dealer or a junkie or both, they're stuck in a narrative where they can't get out of. Nick Gordon came from a place where they adopted him into the family to explain why he was around so much, but he came from, drug usage and hanging with the wrong people, and he isn't, that's why he was around. He had access. He could get things. And, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that these results happen. Bobbi Kristina got attached to him after the mom passed, and they started a relationship. And this was toxic to the situation that was going on with Bobby Brown not really liking the fact these two were together. Nick Gordon is looking at it from a money perspective. A lot of people are looking at it for money, trying to get Whitney's because she gets everything. Whitney was taking care of Nick. Now Bobbi Kristina is taking care of Nick. He's the adopted, stepbrother. Now they're dating. And here it is, you know, a few months, into their relationship or marriage or whatever, she has a drug overdose and falls asleep in the tub too and drown. And Nick tries to save her and everything else, and no one really believes his story at all, but they can't really prove it. That she would go out the same way her mother did. And she was fighting for months in the hospital. And they were doing the best they could to save her. I mean, it was just this is just a tragic end to a whole tragic story with Nick Gordon drug overdose. It's just, no one really believed him. He did an interview to say how he was innocent and that everyone's coming out accusing him of, hurting her. And I don't know. When people pass away and in that type of light, usually other people are thinking self-interest or trying to expose or get rid of things that they don't want people to find during that investigation or something. So those are things you got to think about when you're like involved in situations like this. So that's what I think about when these situations present themselves. Bobbi Kristina deserved more. Bobbi was always adamant that Nick was the one who, harmed his daughter, and he never believed that she tried to take her own life, or was taking drugs and did an accidental drowning like her mother. No, that just didn't sit well with Bobbi. But tragically, all three are gone, and Ray J is still bouncing around. So hopefully this is the end of this tragedy and people can move on and they can heal and move forward with their lives. So I don't know what else to tell people. It's just, that's basically the gist of it. I've never been a big fan of what's his name, and all the noise that came with him, of Ray J, but I knew he was just another runner who was out there running dope, working for these people. It's just what he did, side hustle. Man, you know what? I think that there are different levels to this. There are entirely different levels to this whole thing. And, I lost my little cousin. 26 years old, held her as a baby. She was absolutely a doll. And to see someone harm her, or to hear that someone would take her life tragically like that, it just, one, you're baffled. Two, you're like, It just blows you. It just don't make sense. So naturally, you're in a state of confusion because you just don't believe it. It's like, what the heck is going on around here? So, basically that's where we at right now. You know? Alright, let me stop thinking about it. Let me get up out of here. Don't mean to bore you. I'm gonna come with some videos today. I'm gonna try to contact YouTube, see why you're not getting your notifications again. Can't start the new year off like this. Alright?